Welcome to another edition of Smart Chat here on YouTube.com. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, share this video. Check out my other channel in the description below, and the link is in the description. And today I want to talk about the 2013-2014 New York Knicks. At least my preview, some of the keynotes, key departures, and what to look for. The New York Knicks last year finished at 54-28. They were second in the Eastern Conference, and they lost to the Indiana Pacers in the semifinals of the East. Some of the key departures that happened last in the offseason here: Marcus Camby, Steve Novak, Quentin Richardson, Jason Kidd retired, Glenn Grunwald left as the GM, who was replaced by Steve Mills. You also gained Tim Hardaway Jr., Metta World Peace, who's anything but peaceful, quite honestly, Andre Brignani, Bino Aldrich, Chris Douglas Roberts. And, let's face it, after realizing the Knicks that they already had a lineup that could contend for, undoubtedly, the NBA title, the New York Knicks moved about quite a lot, honestly, in the off-season, letting go of aging players while getting new faces, though in return the players that they got were veterans. One of the key departures, I think, for the Knicks, as I get comfy in my chair here, in the off-season was Jason Kidd, veteran guard, who announced his retirement in June and then became the head coach of my Brooklyn Nets. I made a video about the Nets last one, so check that video out too. Though he was aging, he was veteran leadership, and he managed, he was averaging 6 points, but he was veteran leadership. One player I think who could make up for the loss of Kidd is Tim Hardaway Jr., and he's out of Michigan. He's the son of former five-time NBA All-Star Tim Hardaway, and he's been impressive in preseason, scoring 16 points against the Boston Celtics more recently, and that included the game-winning shot. Scoring ability compared favorably with J.R. Smith, and who J.R. Smith signed that big off-season contract, is still recovering from a knee operation that he had in July. The Knicks also shored up the front line. They acquired Brignani in a trade that sent Marcus Camby, Steve Novak, Quentin Richardson to Toronto. Brignani had a down year in 2012. He averages 12.7 points a game, and that's his lowest since the 2007-2008. Brignani, though, was in and out of the Raptors lineup last year, having been going through some injuries. He plays center forward. Once he recovers, he will find himself, competing rather for playing time with starter, team captain Amari Stoudemire and Tyson Chandler, both who are firmly, entrenched or part of the rotation, you figure, going forward into this year. Chandler averages a double-double and 2 blocks per game, while Stoudemire will seek to bounce back yet again from a poor 2012-2013 injury season. He had his lowest numbers since 2005 and 2006. You figure, this is a bad contract that the Knicks signed back then, but it was something that you can't argue opened up the door for Melo and other free agents to finally want to come back and play for the Knicks, through with the help of Stoudemire, who was the first one to go here, and then recruited, or at least had a part of recruiting, some of the stars that came in, Chandler, Melo, etc. Again, you have Carmelo Anthony at small forward, and he's backed up by Meta World Peace, Ron Artest, New York native. Last year, Anthony was averaging 28 points per game. Best scoring average since his since his Denver days. And he contributes about 7 rebounds per game. Meta World Peace coming into this season. He's also seeking redemption after an off year with the Lakers, where his minutes diminished. The Knicks, looking at this unbiased. Is that the word I'm looking for? Looking at this, with being, even though I'm a Brooklyn Net fan, looking at this fairly. The Knicks are at least too deep in every position, and they could definitely score. But the scoring may also be their downfall, as the Knicks don't have any passing, people. They don't have any passing numbers. If Raymond settles into his role as the Knicks' primary ball handler, he will find lots of eager scorers both inside and out. Coach Mike Woodson is able to, help everyone or encourage everyone to participate in the passing game and get everyone involved and not just be a mellow team. The Knicks, I think, could contend against the Brooklyn Nets and the Heat and and the Bulls, the powerhouses, and possibly make it into the finals. Interesting to see where the season will go. So let me know what some of your thoughts are. What do you think are the key additions for the Knicks? How will these key additions play out when the season starts? And until next time, later, Marks.